Hello folks, merry meet. I'm back to turn the cards and give you the card meanings. But before I do, there's going to be mention of witchcraft, so if you've got any youngsters about that can hear this, you might want to move them away. Obviously it's not for under 18s. I've been asked, because I said obviously the title of the programme, Witchy and Frills and Witchy Skills, so I thought it was about time we mentioned the craft, witchcraft. And one or two people have asked me, and I've said, well, watch the channel, and then it saves me telling people 3 or 4 times. So, how to become a witch? Somebody asked me, can you make me a witch? No. If you were in, if you were a coven-based witch or a practice that has a hierarchy, you would have to be introduced. You'd have, you know what I mean? No, that's not for me. What I can do is point you in the right direction. But first, can anybody be a witch? That's another one I get asked. Yes, anybody can be a witch. Now, if you hear a little pause every now and again, I'm drinking this lovely cup of tea that Mr. Grinch has made for me. Bless him. He looks after me. What was I saying? Yeah. Why do you want to become a witch? Yes, everybody can become anybody can, but not everybody should, perhaps. It's amazing how many people. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So people, of course, assume that my witchcraft is connected to Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a work of fiction. Let's not be silly. Then I've had people say, well, I'm interested now because I've watched Harry Potter and I've read the books and I've watched the films. So if that's given you an interest in the craft, wonderful. But if you think it's going to be like Harry Potter, all Expelliarmus and, you know, Avada Kedavra, it's not. Again, that's fantasy. It's pretend. If you have... if it's sparked an interest in you and you're reading as much as you can about witchcraft and you've come to the realization that, you know what, I think I was always a witch. I've always been a witch in all my past lifetimes. You know, that's wonderful. Well done. Thank goodness for J.K. Rowling. So no, I can't wave a wand and make you a witch. But when I was a little girl and people used to say, what do you want to be? A witch. And they'd all go, yeah, that sort of thing. But that was what I said, a witch. I had a basket that one of my mother's friends had brought back from Mallorca, and nobody was allowed to touch the basket because it had little things in it. Like I remember the strange brain thing that I have means I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember my childhood. And I remember a keyring with a white plastic owl with green eyes. And I had lots of, you know, the way kids hoard bits of things, little tiny dolls and all the rest of it. And nobody was allowed to touch it because it was my basket of spells. Now, silly little things that a child does. But I always wanted to be a witch. I knew that's what I was supposed to be. Of course, my mother, we were all taken to church. We were taken to Sunday school. There was no mention of being a witch when my mother could hear, because no, that wasn't going to happen. I saw spirit from a very young age. There was a lady who used to come and stand at the bottom of my bed, and she was twisting something in her hands. I couldn't see what. And at first, my grandma lived with us. At first I thought it was my grandma. And then one day I asked her, why did she keep coming to the end of my bed? And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, you know, you come at nights and you know. So I got a slap for that because that was telling lies. So I very soon realised that I could see people that other people couldn't see, and keep quiet about that too. So no talking about being a witch, and no talking about people that nobody else could see, because as my granny, God rest her, would say, she'll end up in the asylum. She'll end up in the asylum, I'm telling you, talking to things she can't see. So then when I was about 12, 13, 14, I started reading fortunes for people, just with an old Victorian pack of cards, and they had the meanings written on them in pencil. I wish I'd kept those cards. I don't know where they went, because they were an old Victorian pack. They were just a pack of playing cards, but they were beautiful and quite ornate. Um, and I always knew. They used, at secondary school, my maiden name is Asta, so they used to call me Freaky Asta. Go and get her to read Freaky Asta to read your cards at dinner time. You know, go and get Freaky Asta or Spooky, as they used to call me. That sort of thing. I always knew that I'd been a witch, and I always knew that I was going to be a witch, that I was a witch again. Now, of course, you don't have to have that sort of experience. You don't. Maybe this vlog's popped up in your suggested viewing. Maybe, I hope, if somebody listens to it, they might think, I've thought that for some time. I think I'm going to look into this. So, we've covered the it's not like Harry Potter thing. The first thing I would tell anybody who's interested in witchcraft and the craft is to read as much as you can. If a book is too complicated, too long, and doesn't make sense, don't put it down. Don't carry on. Find something that is very, very simple. Janet and Stuart Farrer, I like their books. A friend of mine bought the Witchcraft for Dummies book, and it's hilarious. There's actually really good things in it, but it is very funny. But what sort of witch do you want to be? Because now there's a whole plethora of things. You can be a Gardnerian witch, an Alexandrian witch. You can be a coven-based witch, a solitary witch, an eclectic witch, a hereditary witch, a traditional witch, a green witch, a kitchen witch, and a cosmic witch. What is a cosmic witch, for goodness sake? It really, and there are actually people who call themselves Christian witches. Don't know how that one works. I haven't looked into that, but Christian witch, not so sure about that. I'm a solitary, no interest in being involved in a coven, and I would also think that I'm an eclectic witch. I will use different things from everywhere. I'll borrow things, borrow ideas, borrow ways of doing spell, all that sort of thing. But it should feel natural and easy, almost. You know, the things that you're reading should somewhere inside you resonate with you. Maybe you'll start to read and it'll just suddenly click into place. Maybe you'll start to read and you think, no, this isn't for me. Well, stop for a while then and go back to the reading after a few months and see how you feel then. Don't rush anything. Don't allow yourself to be pigeonholed. Somebody I used to know, you say, oh, you're a Wiccan. You're Wiccan. I'm not a Wiccan. I'm not. I've never wanted to be, and I don't think I am. Well, I know I'm not. But don't be pigeonholed into, are you a white witch? Oh, I bet you're a black witch. Magic doesn't have a colour. I've said this before, I know, but it's worth repeating. It doesn't have a colour. It's magic. There are some practitioners who practice what I would call dark magic. That's a matter for them and for their conscience. But it's time to read, and it's time to get stuff up online, and read as much as you can. You know, suddenly you're not suddenly going to get, you know, you're not going to be able to wave a wand. Yes, some witches do have wands. Do you know what I mean? It's going to take a while. It's a long, slow process on this path. And if something doesn't make sense to you, put it to one side and look at something else till you find your path. Nobody can find your path for you. You have to do that yourself. You can be pointed in the right direction, but that's about all. The other question I get asked quite often is, if somebody wants to be a witch, do they have to be clairvoyant, clairaudient? No, they don't. I am, but no, they don't. Some people, when they start on the path in the craft, suddenly realise that, wow, yes, actually, I am clairaudient or what have you. And that's lovely, because that skill develops the further they go into the craft. So my best advice before you do anything else, run out and start buying athames and cauldrons and etc. etc. Read up as much as you can and see how you feel and see if it puts you on your right path. So I hope that made sense. Right, card meanings, I should say. So let's get started. What have we got? Oh, heartache and loss. Oh dear. Well, it's not the cheeriest of cards. It deals with, well, as it says, heartaches, loss. Have you lost your partner literally? Has your partner passed away? Have you had a family member pass away? Have you separated from someone? Have you lost your home and had to move out and because of a relationship? That anything, an illness, has an illness. You're not in a terrifically good place. But there's always a but. But the well, I say crap. The crap in life has a purpose. And you're probably going to think, oh, really? And what crap that I've been through has had a purpose? Well, first of all, if you split up from somebody, they clearly weren't the person for you. So you've now learnt the sort of person you don't want to be with next time. Where there's an end, there's a new beginning. Let's say that you're in a relationship and it's not right and it's ended. Well, that's fine. That frees you up to find the right person for you, the person that you deserve to be with. It's time to take stock of everything. Have you lost your job? Well, why don't you try and train for something that you've maybe always wanted to do? One door closes and another door absolutely will open. It's a tough thing to go through, to lose something, to lose a job, a house, whatever. But you have to sometimes suffer a loss before you get a new beginning, a fresh start. Like I say, the crappy things in life teach us valuable lessons. But the other thing is that in a relationship, a friendship, relationships within your family, the amount of attention you give to other people, it's time you lavished some of that on yourself. It sounds a bit of a twee expression, but you need to learn to love yourself. You need to realise that you're amazing, and that if you've broken up with somebody, aren't they an arse? They didn't realise what they got. What a great person they've got. And now that you've come through, and you will come through all this heartache and loss and whatever, you'll come through the other side a lot stronger and a lot wiser, and you will absolutely move forward, and you'll go forward to much better things. Card number 2. Oh, nice card. Light. Literally, it's time to shine. Wonderful things are coming. You really can begin to look forward to the future. Now, things are going to change. You're going to get the chance to make a fresh start, job-wise. Your job and career are very important to you. But you're going to be relieved from a lot of stress, which will make relationships better. Your personal relationships, your family relationships. You're going to get the chance to shine. You're going to get a promotion at work, or you're going to get the chance of another job. Your wage is going to go up, and you're going to work somewhere where they appreciate you, and you're going to be able to go in maybe at the bottom, and then you get a manager, then you get above a manager, that sort of thing. You're going to finally be recognised for being brilliant, really, for doing what you should do. And it's high time it happened. Wonderful card. If you pick this one, good things are coming. Trust me. Right, number 3. Accelerated motion. You've been waiting for this year. All these cards have one thing in common: change. Change is coming. And this year, I asked my mentor in spirit, Tom, and I'll explain to you about Tom the next time I'm on here. And every New Year's Eve, I say, Tom, what's this year going to bring? And he said, You need to be truthful because there are big changes coming for everybody. And here we have a card which is taking you to where you need to be. You've been waiting for a long time. You've been waiting for things to change. Do you want a new job? Have you been waiting to move house? Do you want a new house? Are you fed up of being single and you want to be in a new relationship? You've been waiting, say it's a house, you want to move a house. Well, there isn't one available, or the one that you want, somebody's living in it. Well, that's the point. You've had to wait till that person in that house moved so you could get it. You've wanted a new job, you've had to wait. The delay was, the universe getting ready, that somebody had to leave that job for you to step into it. So waiting, and I am not a patient person, as Mr. Grinch will tell you, or anybody that knows me will tell you, come to that. It's you have to wait sometimes. You just have to. But over the next few weeks, the delays are coming to an end. Don't panic. Now, you're suddenly going to get a new chance, like I say, job-wise, house, and you're going to go, oh, God, this is scary. No, you don't have time for that. Keep going forward. Go for the new job. Everything's going to suddenly, one day you're going to be plodding along, and the next day it's, I've got a job for you, come on with me. That is how quick it's going to be. And then just remember, when you get to your new job, again, I say, don't be scared. Don't be, have I done the right thing? Yes, you absolutely have. You're being pushed in a way. Spirit give you a push. If you are not paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, they give you a push. And this is what's going to happen. Changes are coming very quickly over the next few weeks, and they're going to be really, really good changes. So, and just going back, if you pick this card, don't give up. Everything's going to be fine. Trust me, it will be. So I hope those meanings have made sense to you. I will be back. I haven't been well enough to do much on the book. My hands, they're all right today, but my hands have been really shaky. And trying to put glue on some, well, it wasn't working. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for listening to this mad old witch. Would you please give the video a like? That's really, really important. If you want to subscribe, it's free to do that. That would be lovely. I'd love to have you as a subby. And will you share the video so that other people who are maybe wondering about how to be a witch, or what happens when somebody does your cards, maybe, if you think they're interested, share it with them. Share, get the message out there that, we can be helped, spirit can help, and that there are good things coming. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, everybody, and blessed be.